10 incredible World War II movies that deserve more attention. These aren't the war films they show in history class, they're raw, human, and hauntingly real. Overshadowed by bigger blockbusters, these gems capture the quiet bravery and brutal cost of conflict. They slip through the cracks of time, but it's time to bring them back into the light. Come and see, 1985, Hell Through the Eyes of a Child. This Soviet masterpiece is unlike any other war film. It's not about battles, but trauma. We follow a young boy in Nazi-occupied Belarus as he's pulled into partisan resistance. What starts with curiosity devolves into a harrowing descent into madness and devastation. Director Elem Klimov uses surrealism and realism interchangeably, like a waking nightmare. There are no heroes here, only victims and survivors. The camera lingers, forcing you to witness every moment of fear, grief, and horror. Florian's face at the end is unforgettable, aged by what he's seen. There's no score, only silence and screaming. Forgotten in the West, revered in the East. This is war stripped of glory, and it will shatter you. The Counterfeiters, 2007, survival forged in ink. Inside a Nazi concentration camp, Jewish prisoners are forced to forge currency to fund the German war machine. Based on a true story, this Austrian film explores moral compromise under impossible conditions. Salomon Sorowich, once a criminal, now faces a question: survive or sabotage. The tension is razor-sharp, the stakes are survival or betrayal. It's not about explosions, it's about ethics, identity, and resistance from the inside. Karl Markovitch's delivers a stunningly understated performance. It won the Oscar for Best Foreign Film, and then vanished from public discourse. Quiet, chilling, unforgettable. It asks what price is too high for survival. And whether resistance always wears a uniform. Days of Glory, 2006, The Forgotten Soldiers of France. This French-Algerian film finally gives voice to the North African troops who fought and died for France. They wore French uniforms, fought Nazi forces, and were betrayed by the system they served. We follow 4 men through dusty deserts, snowy hills, and a system that sees them as expendable. Their brotherhood is fierce, but so is their disillusionment. The battle scenes are gritty and raw, no glamour, just struggle. Each character is richly drawn, full of pride, bitterness, hope, and anger. It forces France, and the audience, to confront uncomfortable truths about colonialism and hypocrisy. Powerful, political, and personal. It was nominated for an Oscar, but barely made a splash outside Europe. History finally spoke, but too few were listening. Overlord, 1975, D-Day from a dreamlike distance. This British film blends real war footage with a fictional story of a young soldier headed to Normandy. Shot in black and white, it feels like a documentary, until it turns hauntingly poetic. The soldier's dreams and fears become as vivid as the war itself. Director Stuart Cooper gives us intimacy, not spectacle. The tone is elegiac, more ghost story than war movie. There's no soundtrack but memory and dread. It shows the machinery of war slowly grinding an innocent boy into a number. Overlooked upon release, now revered by cinephiles. It's not about what he did, it's about what war did to him. One of the most unique depictions of World War II ever filmed. The Gray Zone, 2001, The Darkest Corners of Auschwitz. Based on a real uprising at Auschwitz, this American indie pulls no punches. It focuses on the Sonderkommando, Jewish prisoners forced to help with the extermination process. It's brutal, bleak, and morally devastating. David Arquette, Steve Buscemi, and Harvey Keitel deliver raw, unnerving performances. The dialogue is urgent, full of guilt, desperation, and impossible choices. The lighting is cold and clinical, there's no cinematic glow here. Director Tim Blake Nelson dares to ask the ugliest questions. What would you do? It's not about hope, it's about horror and human compromise. Critically acclaimed but largely ignored by audiences. It deserves to be seen and talked about. Torah. 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 1970, War Told from Both Sides. A joint American-Japanese production that tells the story of Pearl Harbor from both nations. No rah-rah patriotism, no villains, just strategy, mistakes, and momentum. It's a film about gears turning, history unfolding, and humans caught in the machine. The aerial sequences are astonishing, practical effects that rival modern CGI. The Japanese side is treated with respect and depth, a rare move for its time. It's methodical, detailed, and rich in historical nuance. Critics found it too clinical, but that's its strength. This isn't propaganda, it's a chess match with lives on the line. It's how history really happens, quietly, then all at once. A forgotten masterclass in balanced storytelling. The Big Red One, 1980, War is Just Doing Your Job. Director Samuel Fuller, a World War II veteran himself, based this semi-autobiographical film on his own experiences. It follows a squad of American soldiers from North Africa to D-Day to the liberation of camps. Lee Marvin plays their grizzled sergeant, calm, brutal, and completely used to death. Mark Hamill delivers a surprisingly powerful post-Star Wars performance. There are no grand speeches or flag-waving. Just the daily grind of killing, surviving, and questioning what it means. Originally butchered by the studio, it was restored in 2004 to critical acclaim. This is war told by someone who lived it. Funny, sad, and startlingly matter-of-fact. It deserves to be in the same conversation as Saving Private Ryan. Grave of the Fireflies, 1988, animation that breaks your heart. Yes, it's animated. Yes, it's about two children. But this is one of the most devastating war films ever made. A brother and sister struggle to survive after the firebombing of Kobe. There are no battles, only hunger, grief, and silence. The beauty of the animation makes the pain sharper. Director Isao Takahata crafts a film about dignity, loss, and how war devours the innocent. You'll never look at a can of fruit the same way again. It's Studio Ghibli's quiet masterpiece. And if you think cartoons can't be serious, this will change you. It's not just a war film, it's a eulogy. Lore, 2012, The Collapse from the Other Side. What happens to the children of Nazis when the Reich falls? Lore follows a teenage girl leading her siblings across a crumbling Germany after Hitler's death. Raised on lies and ideology, she's forced to confront everything she thought she knew. As she navigates danger, starvation, and enemy occupation, she must also confront her own complicity. The cinematography is hauntingly beautiful, nature growing over human ruin. Saskia Rosendal's performance is chillingly good. It's a coming-of-age story soaked in guilt and reckoning. War doesn't end, it echoes. And this film listens closely. Quiet, brave, and unforgettable. Midnight Clear, 1992, Truce, Snow, and Tragedy. An American intelligence squad makes contact with German soldiers, who want to surrender peacefully. Set in a snowy forest near the end of the war, it's intimate, eerie, and emotionally wrenching. Ethan Hawke leads a cast of thoughtful, scared young men. There are no enemy lines here, just miscommunication and the madness of orders. The film feels like a dream, serene and bloody all at once. It dares to suggest that mercy is possible, and war punishes it. Not well known, but deeply respected by those who find it. Like Paths of Glory with a frostbite bite. Tragic, tense, and full of soul. It's not a shootout, it's a whisper before the storm. These aren't just movies, they're testimonies, memories, and warnings dressed as film. Forgotten by time, they echo louder than most blockbusters ever could. Let them speak, and let us finally listen.